Today, we're going to explain JavaScript arrays in 5 minutes. What is an array? An array is an object that can store more than one value. These values can be strings, numbers, objects, or even other arrays. Okay, cool. An object that can store more than one value. Why is this helpful? The main benefit is that we can store all of these values in one variable. Let's say, for instance, you want to store a list of your favorite Harry Potter characters. You can do it like so. Okay, you also think Snape is cool. What if, since you're such a fan, your list contains 100 characters? In that case, we can store them in an array. To create an array, we use brackets. This creates an empty array. If we log this at the console, we see it has a length of 0. To add elements to our array, we place them inside the brackets, separated by commas, like so. Each element of our array is associated with a number known as an index. An element's index specifies its position in the array. The one thing to note about an array's index is that it always starts from 0. To access an element in an array, we can use its index. For example, calling favCharacters0 will give us the first elements in the array. favCharacters1 gives us the second, and so on. Accessing the elements through their indices allows us to change the element's value. Let's say you decide you're not a true fan and think Harry's your favorite character. To change the value of the first element, we say favCharacters0, remember, arrays always start from 0, and we set that equal to the new value. If we log this, we see its value change to Harry. Earlier, we added elements to the array when we created it. If we didn't know what values to add when the array was initialized, an alternative is using the push method. This method adds an element to the end of the array. If you want to add an element to the start of an array, use the array unshift method. Removing elements from an array can be accomplished by using the splice method. We pass it 2 arguments, the starting index and the number of elements we want to remove. This line here will start at index 2 and remove 1 element. So if we log the array now, we see that Dumbledore has been removed. When using splice, if we pass it a negative starting index, we will start at the last element. So a starting index of -1, removing 1 element, will remove the last element. This is especially helpful for large arrays where you may not know the length. To iterate through an array, we can use a for loop. We state, for I equals 0, I is less than the array length. The length method simply returns the length of the array. So for an array with 4 elements, it will return the number 4. We use less than and not less than or equal to, because since an array of 4 elements starts at index 0, and I starts at 0, the last element will be 3 and not 4. Next, we set I plus equal to 1, which means I will increment by 1 each time the loop executes. Inside the loop, we can do whatever we want, but in this case, we'll simply log out each element by setting its index to I. Let's run this, and you can see each name is logged to the console. A quicker way to do this is by using an enhanced for loop. Here, we just say for character of character array, and inside we log the character, which is the reference to the element. This should return the same values as a normal for loop. I hope this tutorial shed some light on how we can use arrays in our code. Arrays contain many more methods that we don't have time to cover today. I've left a link to the MDN docs in the description. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, happy coding.